what are lawyers really? To me, a lawyer is basically the person that knows the rules of the country. We're all throwing the dice, playing the game, moving our pieces around the board, but if there's a problem, the lawyer is the only person that has read the inside of the top of the box. I think one of the fun things for them is to say objection. Objection! Objection, Your Honor. Objection, of course, is the adult version of afraid not.
Hi. Hi. Either you're not with me or you're simply being rude by not answering. That's disgusting. That's fucking disgusting. It's that thing. Men only want one thing and it's fucking disgusting. Imagine this being your fucking pickup line. Saddest part is, for some people, it really is their fucking pickup line. This is at a direct time in this. I don't know why you start sentences with which, especially in such a brazen way. It doesn't work. Now this entire line, if it were up to me, I would burn it. Fucking burn it. But if you desire this line, so be it. Wait, what have you done? Wait, what exactly have you done? That's all? In the past, our forefathers maintained a rigid philosophy of a secured future, for which a majority of them spend their lives behind uninteresting but well-paid jobs, which has had a direct hand in this resurgence for creative freedom and independence. The secured future already ensured by our parents and the lack of financial worry, more and more of us are undertaking the YOLO lifestyle. Through such borrowed ideals like this, we deluded a generation into living in some right of style where they have as in this is all you've written? I was expecting a little more. To such broad ideals like this, blah blah blah. By now we have tabooed the idea of dwelling on the past, and anyone who even for a moment is caught being hung over on the past doing is ashamed and ridiculed. Past doings is ashamed and ridiculed. Most of them between pretending their past does not exist and suppressing trauma have forgotten the difference between being depressed with our past rather than trying to carve a better future and pandering to this distorted philosophy where the past itself doesn't even exist. What are you writing? Where are you going with this? I'm so confused by the end of that. Yes, you somewhat need to write more, but first I need to check what you wrote later on. What they often do not realize is that our past is a reality. In reality, is an asset, and walking this broken line of thought and discarding the past absolutely rather than coming to terms with what happened is toxic and unhealthy. This ignorant behavior then leads to them considering everyone around them to be expendable. Doesn't have the meaning of I don't need you. Having trouble forming a single meaningful relationship in their lives, all due to their unresolved past issues. Not necessarily all due to their unresolved past issues. It has very little to this has very little to do with unresolved past issues. This is just them picking up this demeanor of thinking that they don't need anybody in their life, which is the next course of action, the next thought process after basically starting to not take any of your relationship seriously, because more will eventually come. It has very little to do with unresolved past issues, at least this thing. Eventually leading to them feeling lonelier and more jaded and getting angry at the world, which soon simulates in a cycle of self-hatred and repeating the same mistakes over and over again, and soon gets tunnel visioned into the present, and by doing so make a conscious and subconscious effort in letting go of everything 2 seconds after it happens. Mere seconds after it happens. To conclude, there's of course going to be very many changes, but that one I couldn't live without instantly making. Life having no meaning is generated by stupid living in a way every moment is spent chasing after only pleasure to the next without even taking the time to experience them fully. Even if for a second living in the present may seem like the right thing, in the long run everything left behind and not done catches up. Life at face value may look pointless, we are the ones giving it meaning. The very first change you need to make, the very first thing you need to add is a little more up here. You need to You didn't explain properly the idea that is represented here. The idea that was represented in my fifth point. The idea of how this is originally. You have hinted towards it, but you haven't completely represented it properly, which is how this is very. How this was a necessary movement. However, it has been distorted such that it's not what it had to be anymore. It's something entirely different, and it's something which creates its own problem. You haven't projected that idea here properly. That this was originally good, but we somehow made it problematic. It was originally meant to do us good. This lifestyle was meant to teach us something good, but we just fucked up. And you didn't. Actually, that's all you need to do right now. You need to make a point out of that rather than writing, with a secured future already insured by our parents and the lack of financial worry, more and more of us are undertaking the YOLO lifestyle. How? That's for you to figure out, buddy. I have nothing to do with this. Ah. Can give you a draft of what it should look like. This is somewhat what it should look like, I guess. How do you like this? It concisely sums up what you're missing in the thing currently, in the article. The points you are missing, the points I have highlighted here. You know, you should really expand on what you write in chat, because you act like there is no delay between us, but there very much is. So like, you're talking about something, but I can't tell what you're talking about. You get what I mean? Alright. I have undertaken seriously writing, and this has gotten me depressed. It has sapped all the energy from my being for actually sitting down there and seriously writing something for a change, for a bit of time. I fucking hate this feeling. Yeah, this is something. You can make changes to this and stuff. Anything you want. I shall be... Oh my fucking god. Hate it so much, hate it so much, hate it so much. you add to it and make whatever changes you want. We'll work on the I'll work on the whatever work I have to do on it tomorrow again. Right now I've lost all mood somehow. Hate myself for doing this to myself. Cool story. I'll probably play Skyrim in a bit. But for now I'm just gonna go watch Seinfeld.